students. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020 or 2020. Today we're going to talk about your assignments for Wednesday. So in order to find your assignments, remember you need to log into Google. So if you aren't logged in and you don't see your picture here or your letter, you need to press the login button. If somebody else is logged in, you might want to click on the picture and then click which profile you want. I'm going to stay as myself. So go ahead and click on the waffle. Go to Classroom. And then you're going to choose your classroom. I think the easiest way for you to find the classwork is to come up here and go to classwork instead of looking in the stream. We're going to go straight to weekly assignment. And we're going to click on our 5-4 weekly assignments. And then you're going to click this first document that you see, 5-4 student-friendly schedule. And once it loads, I'm then going to open up two things to help me. I'm going to open up these full reading and writing directions. You don't have to do that because you're watching the video, and I'm going to be reading them to you. And then I'm also going to open up full directions for grammar and spelling. Again, if you're watching the video, then you don't need to open those things up. Okay, so let's scroll down to Wednesday, and let's take a look at what we need to do for reading. So for reading, we are going to listen or read page 14 to 15 from our shared reading book. And we're going to be reading or listening a story called A Star Party. So this is the link for your shared reading book. That's the purple one. But this one, if you want to hear the big book version, you can click on the link here, and that's on page 14. I'm going to click on both of them so you can see them. So you probably still have this book. If you don't, then you can look at it online. So let's go to A Star Party. And that was page 14 and 15. So I'm going to click on it here. Remember, if you want it read to you, then you can click this blue button with the triangle in it. You don't need to put auto on because the story is just on these two pages. Okay, let's go back. Let's click on the big book shared reading. Remember, page 14 is what we need to go to. And it's the same story. It has this one in the teacher book has a little bit more information, but it's very basically the same. So this is Star Party on page 14. All you have to do is click the blue button with the triangle in it. You don't need to push the auto button. Okay. So after you read that, you have some questions that you're going to need to answer. So let's go to the directions page. We're going to scroll down to day 3. And your directions are found at the bottom of your shared reading book. It's the annotation directions. You can see them right here. But I'm going to read them from here. You're going to find the words with the ARR sound from the text. You can circle them if you want. Underline a 4-letter word that is the name for a place where lots of people live. And then you're going to identify a detail from the story. Let's go back to the shared reading. It says circle a word with the AR, underline the 4-letter word, and then put a star next to the important detail. So those are our annotation notes. Okay, and then for writing, you're going to list or draw things that you see in the sky. So if you want, you could list and draw things that you see in the sky from the morning, maybe check it out in the afternoon, and then list what you see in the afternoon, and then maybe try again in the evening. I think that might be kind of fun and different. Now let's see what we're doing for grammar today. I'm going to go to my full directions again. You don't have to do this because I'm reading it to you right now. So it says to do the grammar pages and then to use the ideas from the spelling page from Monday to practice the spelling words in a fun way. Okay, I'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's go back to our student-friendly schedule. Let's click on grammar pages. We are still working with the R sound. Same words that we've been using. Boy, dark, farm, for, hard, park, part, sharp, start, yard. Now, for does not have the R sound in it. It does have an R in it, but it makes a different sound. Boy also does not have the R sound in it. I just want to point that out to you. So what you're going to do is you're going to write the correct spelling word for each clue. So number 1, it starts like pit and ends like bark. So you have to take those clues and try to figure out what word could that be? It starts like pit and ends like Bart. Well, if it starts like pit, I know it starts with a P. So that really leaves me with these 2 words right here, park and part. My second clue is that it ends the way bark ends. Well, part doesn't end with a K, but park does. So the word I'm going to write here is park. Let's look at number 2. I'm going to read the rest of them to you and let you do them on your own. It starts like yes and ends like hard. Number 3, it starts like fan and ends like harm. Number 4, it starts like dip and ends like lark. Number 5, it starts like pin and ends like smart. Number 6, it starts like bat and ends like toy. Number 7, it starts like fill and ends like pour. Number 8, it starts like hot and ends like card. Number 9, it starts like shoe and ends like harp. Number 10, it starts like stop and ends like part. Let's go on to the next page. This is some pronoun practice. It says a pronoun is a word that can take the place of a noun. In each of the sentences below, write a pronoun from the word box to replace the red nouns. So the word box, the pronouns in there are it, he, she, and they. I'm going to read the sentences to you and let you figure them out. Remember, you're replacing the red words, the nouns, with a pronoun that's in the box. Number 1, James is having a birthday party today. Number 2, the balloons are flying high in the backyard. Number 3, the cake is chocolate with vanilla frosting. Number 4, Sarah gives James a collection of toy soldiers. Number 5, the party guests have a great time eating cake. Okay. One of the things I told you was that I'd also like you to practice your spelling words in a fun way. And I said those fun ways are listed on the grammar pages from Monday. So let's go up to Monday like I just did. I clicked on those grammar pages. They're located at the bottom of the page here, and I'm going to read them to you. You can choose one of these options. You can do the magnetic letters, which they're not really magnetic letters, but cut out letters from a magazine or newspaper and paste them on a piece of colored paper to form each spelling word. You can write the word with dotted lines and then trace the dots with a different color. You can do flashlight writing, turn out the lights, use a flashlight to spell each word on the wall. You can circle the word, work with your child to write a sentence for each word on a sheet of paper and circle the spelling words. You can remember the word, turn the paper over, and write the word from memory. So those are all things that you can do for grammar and spelling today. Now let's move on to math. Okay, so for math, you're going to be watching the 8-2 video on Google Classroom. So when you go to Google Classroom and it looks like this, it takes you to the stream at first, go to classwork, and it'll start you up here, and you're going to scroll down to weekly math assignments. And the reason it's gray right now is because it hasn't shown up. It's still scheduled to show up on your screen tomorrow. And you're going to click on that, and you're going to, right here for you, it'll say view assignment, and then you'll click view assignment. If you want to just click this button right here, that'll take you directly to the video, okay? Now, what I am gonna show you is I'm gonna log in as a student, and after you have watched that video, I'm gonna use Tuesday's video as an example. you'll click the assignment, you'll click view assignment, and then you're gonna mark as done here, okay? All right, that way I know you've watched it. Let's go back to our student-friendly schedule. You have the 9-2 student page. Let's click on that. As it loads. And let's go to our full directions while that loads, just to make sure. It says so on Wednesday, watch the 8-2 video. Number 2, practice the problems on the student page and worksheet. You do not have to do all of them. Just do what works for you. So let's go back. So here is the worksheet that you would have gotten in the classroom. I would just skip this first page because it's something that we would typically do during whole group. And if you watch the video, this should be covered in it. You could also try to follow along as well. Let's go ahead and look at this page. So we're still sticking with this one less, 10 more, 10 less. They're teaching you a new strategy to use. And so what they're doing is they're taking a little chunk out of the hundreds chart and they're showing you how to easily find one more, one less, 10 more, and 10 less. So for numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, it says complete the 100 chart sections. Use cubes if you need it. You don't have to use cubes if you don't have them. Use whatever manipulatives you might have. So number 1 is done for you. 33 was the chosen number. 1 more than 33 was 34. 1 less than 33 was 32. 10 more than 33 is 43. And 10 less than 33 is 23. You're going to do the same things for the number 46, 52, and 67. You can do the do you understand part. It says if you start at 86 on a 100 chart, which direction would you go to find the number that is 10 more? What is the number? And then for 5, 6, 7, and 8, you will have a number for that, a specific number for each problem, and you are going to have to write what 1 more is than that number, 1 less, 10 more, and 10 less. Number 9 says use a 100 chart. Write the numbers. Devin's number is 10 more than Kendra's number. Kendra's number is 1 less than Alex's number. Alex's number is 27. So this is kind of a little riddle for you to solve. And you have to write what Devin's number is and what Kendra's number is. On the back, I always like you to do the journal. So number 12 says, how can you use cubes and a 100 chart to show the number that is 10 more than 43? Explain how you know your answer is right. If you want to do number 10, you can. Number 10 says, Rena's age is 10 years less than her brother's age. Her brother is 17. How old is Rena? You'll need to figure out how old she is. Number 11 says, which is the missing number? So you've got to figure out what number goes here where the question mark is. Okay, we have one more set of worksheets that you can do. These are actually inside of your math practice book that we send home with you. There are Spanish versions in this PDF that I just opened. So you're going to be doing the same thing. This page is just reminding you what it is that you learned. It's telling you if you want to find one more, you need to go to the right. If you want to find one less, you need to go to the left. If you want to find 10 more, you need to go down from that number. If you want to find 10 less, you've got to go up. So you're going to have some practice with these numbers below. 1 more than 38, 1 less than 27, 10 more than 23, and 10 less than 35. So go ahead and try that on your own. And then the last page is the practice page, and it says making numbers on a hundreds chart. You get a nice little hundreds chart right here to help you. Again, you're finding 1 more, 1 less, 10 more, and 10 less for all of these numbers. Try to use the new strategy of going to the right for 1 more, going to the left for 1 less, going down for 10 more, and up for 10 less. Okay, and then here's the 1 more problem for number 5. It says Sarah has 10 more freckles than Tim. Tim has 1 less freckle than Hank. Hank has 65 freckles. How many freckles does Sarah have? Okay, students, let's go back to see if there's anything we missed. Looks like we got everything for Wednesday. Today, I will be meeting with groups 1, 2, and 3, and there will be a class meeting at 1 p.m. All right, thanks for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day.